Good Thursday evening. Welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News for August 22nd. Grant Olson is away tonight. I'm Jefferson Robinson. Here's a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. Folks in Stehekin can breathe a little easier as lowered evacuation levels allow them to make their way home, even as the Pioneer Fire continues to burn along Lake Chelan. And the Douglas County PUD is getting into the hydrogen business, and equipment for their new green hydrogen fueling station is now being put in place. Now, today's cloudier skies are just a preview of what's to come. There's a good chance into the weekend of rain-bearing thunderstorms accompanied by cooling temperatures. Let's hope the emphasis is on rain and not lightning. Dan Kuntz is doing weather watcher duty tonight. He'll be along later with your full local forecast. First, our top story this evening. The woman suspected in a string of fraudulent bank withdrawals last spring, including one in Leavenworth, has been found in federal custody 3,000 miles away. She's identified as Andrea Cochran. Back in May, Cochran allegedly used falsified or stolen passports to steal tens of thousands of dollars from bank account holders in Chelan, Kittitas, and Snohomish counties, including almost $11,000 from a customer of Cashmere Valley Bank in Leavenworth. The fraudulent transactions were caught on video, and Chelan County Sheriff's deputies issued public warnings to be on the lookout. But on June 20th, Cochran allegedly withdrew about $17,000 from banks in Westbrook and Portland, Maine, using the same methods. Police say they found altered passports among her property. She was detained on a federal arrest warrant for false use of a passport, but has yet to be indicted. Additional local charges here in Washington are also possible. Some good news for residents of Stehekin. Evacuation levels for that community have been reduced to level 1, effective this evening, meaning stay alert for danger from the nearby Pioneer Fire. That massive wildfire has been burning since June 8th and has now consumed an estimated 38,000 acres along the far north shore of Lake Chelan. The remote lakeside town of Stehekin was at one point surrounded by the fire, but responders were able to defend structures with minimal damage. In an online community meeting last night, Sergeant Jason Reinfeld with Chelan County Emergency Management said returning residents and visitors should remain on their guard as the fire is expected to burn well into the autumn.
We're talking about the residential area, the landing, all of that's sort of one, but there still could be some trail closures, and that'll be at the discretion of the National Park Service as to what's going to be closed as far as trails go. Keep an eye on our page for any changes, and just always be aware that there's still fire, so there's always a chance that levels could go back up.
Well, the quick multi-agency response to the nearby Stayman Fire, which broke out in dry vegetation on Tuesday near Stayman Flats, means all evacuation levels around that fire have now been reduced to level 1 as well. That means, like residents of Stehekin, homeowners in the area are on notice of potential fire risk, but they need not leave the area. The Northwest Incident Management Team, overseeing the Pioneer Fire, also took command of the Stayman Fire, which crested Chelan Butte above Lake Chelan. They continued mop-up operations today. Washington's former state auditor, who served a year in prison for tax fraud and related crimes, has now also been stripped of his law license. Troy Kelly was auditor from 2013 to 2017. The Washington Supreme Court ruled today that it would uphold the State Bar Association's decision to revoke Kelly's license to practice law, citing his 8 felony convictions. In a June hearing, Kelly acted as his own attorney and argued against the measure before the High Court. The vote by the justices in favor of his delicensing was unanimous. When we come back, a new facility to treat cooling water from Microsoft's data center in Malaga just got a $2.7 million go-ahead, and police and school officials are focused on safety as Wenatchee kids make their way back to class next week. I'm Jefferson Robinson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Stay with us.
Caught in a conflict? Family? Workplace? Neighbor? Business? Housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
Public notice. Never before RV public auction. 5 days only. August 22nd to the 26th. Come down and place your bid with no bid refused. There's hundreds of new and used RVs to be auctioned like Flagstaff, Starcraft, Forest River, Chaco, and Salem. Amazing financing. 0 down and no payments until 2025. There's food and refreshments. And you could be an instant winner of a 2024 trailer or $30,000 in cash. So don't miss the one-time only bid and buy auction sale. 5 days only. August 22nd through the 26th.
Now there are even more reasons to meet at the Pybus Market. Outdoor dining and tastings, the fabulous Farmers Market, Saturday artisans on the concourse, and your favorites all week long. No matter the reason, it's always time to meet at the Pybus Market. Pybus Market, where community meets.
Check out clubcrowcashmere.com for upcoming events and tickets.
The Douglas County PUD is getting into the hydrogen business, and equipment for their new green hydrogen fueling station near the south end of the PUD headquarters in East Wenatchee was delivered this Tuesday. The agency's public information officer, Megan Vibert, spoke with NCWLIFE about the facility's progress and what the next steps will be.
Douglas PUD is in the process of building a hydrogen and DC fast charging fueling station right here at our East Wenatchee headquarters campus. We had to unfortunately take out some lawn and trees, make this work, but we hope that it'll be a great convenience for our customers. There'll be 4 level 3 EV charging stations, and then there'll be one at this phase, one hydrogen fueling station, which is similar to like your gas pump that you pull up. There'll be a trailer that brings in the hydrogen and then dispenses it through this equipment that you might have seen. KRCI is our contractor on site doing the earthwork. We have a little bit more to do. I think electrical's finishing up. They're backfilling trenches today, and then we'll get some asphalt and get all that equipment wired in. And so it's anticipated to be the end of September when this will be available to customers. Now the hydrogen plant is not producing hydrogen yet. We're a little bit further down in 2024, late 24, before we start producing our own hydrogen. So that part of the station will not be up and running, but the EV fast charge will.
The Chelan-Douglas Regional Port Authority has awarded the contract for Phase 1 of the Malaga Cooling Water Disposal Facility at the Microsoft campus. It goes to KRCI Construction for $2.7 million. Construction is scheduled to kick off next month and will include installing a conveyance pipe along Malaga-Alcoa Highway, site grading and excavation, 2 double-lined evaporation basins, and remediation for soil that contains legacy pesticides. The project is scheduled for completion in spring of 2025, and Director of Economic Development and Capital Projects Stacy Demestri says the facility will open the door for industrial users to develop the land to its fullest potential. The Wenatchee Police Department and Wenatchee School District are reminding drivers to slow down in school zones ahead of the approaching school year. The district is partnering with the Wenatchee Police Traffic Unit to conduct emphasis patrols during the first few weeks of the year. The extra attention on traffic safety in school zones comes after the Wenatchee School Board voted to close Columbia Elementary School, which will send a new influx of students to Washington and Lincoln Elementary schools. The school district says patrols will focus on enforcing speed limits in school zones, proper yielding at crosswalks, and other traffic laws designed to protect children walking and biking to school. The district is also partnering with the city to improve school crossings and pedestrian corridors, and drivers can expect to see changes in signs and other traffic calming measures near school grounds. The most scenic route across the Cascade Mountains is once again open for business. The North Cascades Highway was reopened at noon after 11 days of work to clear a major mudslide. The slide shut down Highway 20 between Granite Creek and Easy Pass. Fire crews continue to work in the area, so there's a 35-mile-an-hour speed zone still in effect through that part of the pass. And a pilot car will be in use starting next week while drainage work goes on. The size of that mudslide? Roughly 7,000 tons, according to the DOT. Well, coming up next, dogs don't come much bigger than your new best friend, Blizzard. It's our regular Pause for Pets feature, spotlighting one adoptable animal you'll want to meet. And weather watchers are predicting a bit of wind and possibly rain ahead in the next few days. Dan Kuntz will drop in with your full local weather forecast. That's coming up after these messages. Please stay with us.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
Family roles change with time. You may find yourself being an unpaid caregiver to a loved one. Caregiving can be rewarding, but also stressful. Taking care of yourself is vital. Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington has low or no cost services for unpaid caregivers, such as in-home support, care supplies, and counseling. Connect in your local area by calling Aging and Adult Care at 800-572-4459 and mention you're interested in caregiver support.
Springwater Insurance Group is an independent insurance agency focusing on teaching those of you on Medicare or soon to be joining Medicare plans. Now, we don't work for any insurance companies, we work for you. It's nice that insurance plans you eventually join pay us for teaching you your plan choices. That means our services are free to you. We have 5 offices throughout North Central Washington providing customer service Monday through Friday. Give us a call at 509-888-2600.
Let Merry Maid's custom cleaning experts help you clean up your to-do list. Between work, kids, and pets, it's hard to find time to keep up. Let Merry Maids of Wenatchee help. Merry Maid's cleaning experts can help keep your home or business fresh, neat, and exactly how you'd clean it, if only you had the time. Call now for a free estimate, 509-663-1710. Serving Chelan and Douglas counties, Merry Maids, let us help.
It's time now for our weekly Pause for Pets feature from the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. Today's featured pet is a 1.5-year-old pup who's also 1/4 wolf. He's giant, but he's gentle and he has a big heart. Meet your new best friend, a dog named Blizzard.
Pause for Pets is presented by Alpine Air Heating and Cooling, Merry Maid's Doghouse Brewery, Leavenworth, and Club Crow Bar and Grill.
Hi, I'm Coralie with Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, Animal Care Manager, and this is my horse, Blizzard. Blizzard is actually a really interesting mix of dog. He is a 1/4 wolf, and Cane Corso is in there, and we also have a Dutch White Shepherd. And the reason we know this specifically is because we had him and his siblings as puppies. Yeah, we did. You guys were really cute. Because that we knew that there was some wolf in there, we had to do genetic testing because in Washington State, it's not legal to have a high percentage of wolf in your dog. So we had to make sure that he was legal and safe for people to have around. And he is. He's only a 1/4 wolf. Yet looks like a giant golden lab. He is, I think last we checked, 105 pounds. And he's a gentle giant. We got him back as a stray. He and his sister Ivy were adopted as puppies from us. And unfortunately, were found roaming. Also, we don't recommend cats just because, you know, there is some wolf in there, and so there's probably some prey drive. We haven't seen it here, but again, we never test with our cats. So, but just putting that out there, that's a recommendation. He does really great with our other dogs here. He's a gentle giant. Blizzard is a very polite boy. He's snuggly. He doesn't jump. Thank goodness, because he'd be taller than I am. And he's really good at commands. He knows sit and he knows lay down. Very key for a dog this size. And he gets really good eye contact and he loves treats. really trainable, and he's only 1.5 years, so yeah, he can learn so much more too. He loves walks, he loves just hanging out, and he's pretty quiet too. If you'd like to come and meet Blizzard, we are open Thursday through Tuesday, 11 till 6, and we would love to introduce you.
Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org. Pause for Pets is presented by Alpine Air Heating and Cooling, Mary Maid's Doghouse Brewery, Leavenworth, and Club Crow Bar and Grill.
Hi, everybody. Dan Coons filling in for Grant Olson. Has the day off today. He had to travel over to Seattle. He has a job interview with the Seattle Mariners. Apparently, he's applied for the new managerial job. We'll let you know how it turns out. Our weather view today, of course, is the Wenatchee Heights camera. Zoomed in just a little bit. You notice the clouds all day today. Clouds are going to be our friend. Sun's taking the next 3.5 days off. Temperatures are going to drop pretty low. It's going to feel very autumnal-like, especially on Saturday, but a beautiful view there. Very unstable atmosphere, especially for us, Friday afternoon and Friday night. You remember the thunderstorms that we had last Saturday night? Couldn't see a repeat of that tomorrow night here in the Wenatchee Valley. For you folks out in the Columbia Basin, your big story is going to be the wind, but we could see some thunder, and we have a better than 50-50 chance of some measurable rain. More in just a little bit. 83 our unofficial high, so warmer than yesterday because we had some warm air come up from the southwest. That warmed us up a little bit. Our normal high is 85, still in that drought. And look at sunset before 8 o'clock. Getting closer and closer to autumn, and these temperatures are going to feel autumnal-like. Do you like the number 78? Here you go. Moses Lake, Ephrata, Quincy, Wenatchee, or as the telemarketer said last night, Wenatchee, all checking in at 78. 78 in Kashmir. It's a happy number, except Omak. That warm air that's affected us today is going to affect Omak tomorrow. You're going to be up in the mid-80s tomorrow, up in the Omak-Okanagan area. So what's happening? Well, that is what's happening. It's spinning around. It's coming up. It's bringing in the clouds. It's bringing in the moisture. It's making the atmosphere rather unstable, and the best thing is it's going to bring us some rain. You can get quite a bit of rain in Leavenworth and Plain, up in Stehekin, some significant rain on Friday. Look at all that. That's just a beautiful, wonderful thing. It's going to help us all out a lot. Clouds all day Friday, late in the day, late afternoon, early evening, the rains will come, about a 70% chance of rain, thunderstorm as you mentioned already. Look at that, only 67 for forecast high on Saturday, and some residual raindrops as well. Overnight lows in the Cascades, by the way, could be in the 30s if you're camping in the higher elevations. Be prepared. Sunday, we make the transition. High pressure. There's two systems out there. They're going to do battle. The one out in the Pacific is going to win that battle. It's going to gradually shift in. We'll be up into the lower 80s anyway on Monday with bountiful sunshine. A little breezy at times. That's really about it. Basically, after this rather cool stretch of cloudy and cool weather, we're going right back to August weather for most of next week, and really going to slide right into Labor Day weekend. The long-term forecast for Labor Day weekend next weekend, remember Labor Day is early this year, looking sunny and warm. We're not there yet, but once we get past this cool and wet pattern, things are looking pretty good if you like sunny and warm temperatures. So to recap from the National Weather Service, that way if you don't like the weather, you can blame the government. After an 83-degree high today, 63 for the overnight low tonight. Chance of thunderstorms Friday. We have a 70% chance of rain Friday night. We like that. Measurable rain. Bring it on. What we don't really want is thunderstorms, but they're all in the mix late Friday into Friday night. Saturday, very cool. It's going to feel like autumn on Saturday with some rain, no sunshine, high of 67. The sun decides to come back on Sunday. It's going to hang around Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday and gradually warm us up as we slide ever so close to Labor Day weekend. That's your forecast. There is a lot of sports to get to. If you don't believe me, Eric will tell you about it. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
I have no idea what I'm doing. That's why we need you. We need people to run cameras so I can get back down on the broadcast and talk about what's going on. We pay $75 per event. If it's sports, if it's a parade, if it's Apple Blossom, if it's a Super Oval, $75. If that sounds like some extra good money for you, we'd love you to be part of our team. All you have to do is email me, sports@ncwlife.com. sports@ncwlife.com. In the meantime, I gotta go figure out this camera.
Want to stay up to date on the latest news in the area? Tired of paying for your news? Download the NCWLIFE app now. No subscriptions necessary. Get news, weather, sports, and more live as it happens. Available for iPhone and Android in the App Store. Local news at your fingertips. Don't miss the stories that matter to you. Stay connected. Download the NCWLIFE app now.
Well, we got breaking news on this Thursday. Following a miserable 1-8 road trip and seeing their playoff hopes diminish, the Seattle Mariners have reportedly made a change today. After 9 seasons at the helm of Seattle's Major League franchise, Scott Service is reportedly being fired as manager. At one point just 2 months ago, the Mariners held a 10-game lead over Texas atop the American League West. The Mariners have a record of 32-36 at the 1st of June. As late as June 19th, the Mariners were 13 games over 500, had a 10-game lead over Texas. Now Seattle's record, 64-64. They're 5 games out of first place. Former Mariner catcher Dan Wilson has reportedly been announced as the new interim manager. Service's record, by the way, with Seattle, 668 and 624. In what turned out to be Service's last game last night as manager, Mariners fell to the Dodgers 8-4 to give the LA team a 3-game sweep. For the second night in a row, Seattle earned the lead early but couldn't hold on.
2-2. Hit it. Randy shoots a look out at Jack Flaherty, who says head on down to first. Of course, I'm not going to intentionally hit you with 2 strikes out.
Yeah, 2 strikes, but a slight, a breaking pitch.
Right.
I'm going to hit you. I'm going to come at you with my fastball. Oh, man.
They just exchange a thumbs up. I think all is well.
Here's Dom Canzone with runners on the corners. He goes after the first pitch. Kiermaier cutting across to his right. He is able to make the catch. Arozarena can waltz home. Dom Canzone being very aggressive, and he sends a sac fly out to center field. The Mariners around the board. It's 1-0 in the second inning.
Second and third, 2 away. 1-2 to Arozarena. Off the end of the bat to right, and Jack Flaherty's going to get out of this. Betts waits on it to come down. Middle 3. It stays 1-0. Well, you might have caught the very beginning of it as we went to break right there, but a little extracurricular. Remember, last time that Arozarena was up, Jack Flaherty hit him, and Arozarena didn't like that. They exchanged words. Jack had a word for him here as this ball's fly to right field. The guys came together. Jack had a few more words for him. The third base coach, Manny Acta, had his say in the matter. And then Dave Roberts came out, and the benches slowly started to trickle empty, but cooler heads prevailed. Bottom 3, they trail 1-0. Logan Gilbert's first pitch to Mookie Betts is ripped down the line, and he's come through again with a screamer to the corner. Kiermaier's in to score. Ohtani's headed for the plate. He'll score without a throw. A 2-out burst and a 2-1 lead. And now his 1-1 pitch. Freeman lines the ball to right center field, and it's 4-1. Freeman hustles out of the box, heads for second, Raley's throws not in time, and an RBI double for Freddie Freeman. To the hole, it's short, and it's screeched by Rivas. A 9-pitch at bat, Hernandez puts it in play and drives in Freddie Freeman. 5-1. And he's up there with the bases loaded here. Pulls the first pitch that he sees from Trent Thornton into the right field corner. Hernandez in to score. Lux is in. Smith giving the wave. Relay to the plate is late. Max Muncy's second double of the game has unloaded the bases and broken the game loose at 8-1.
Bases loaded, 2 outs. Here comes the payoff. And it's down and in for ball 4. Edmond, a race to second on the first. Not in time. Canzone is able to leg it out. Rosarena scores. A ride out to center field, and this is gone. What a tee shot off the bat of Mitch Haniger.
That's the ball game, and that's a sweep.
Mariners have 34 games left to try to make the playoffs beginning tomorrow night against the Giants at T-Mobile Park. Game at 7:10 will be on Root Sports Northwest. It was another missed opportunity last night as the Astros fell to Boston 4-1. Texas edged Pittsburgh 1-0. Tampa Bay doubled up Oakland 4-2, and the Royals blanked the Angels 3-0. Baltimore and the Yankees once again flip-flopped at the top of the American League East. The Orioles lead the wild card chase by 2.5 games in front of Kansas City and Minnesota. Boston remains 3.5 games back, while Tampa Bay has replaced Seattle at 6.5 games out. Well, much noise is coming out of Seahawks training camp at the VMAC in Renton, especially with a new defense being installed. Starters and subs alike are learning their roles on Mike McDonald's defense, including calling out plays and formations by the defensive backs. Strong safety Kayvon Wallace says so far his voice is holding up.
Man, it's been... Yeah, it's been up and down. I have a very loud voice naturally. I don't have to yell to the top of my lungs, but I'm so passionate about this game and the system and just this team in general. So I have to like calm myself down sometimes, but it's been holding up pretty well. My lady is very, very hard on me because she don't want me to be old with no voice. So she definitely always tell me, just calm down, chill out. It's not that serious. That's what she'll say. But I'm very passionate about what I do, and but I'll be all right. I'll be fine.
The final preseason game this Saturday will be another chance for rookies to prove themselves, one of which is 4th-round draft pick tight end A.J. Barner.
I think I'm starting to make some strides. I felt like that was kind of definitely really frustrating for me coming here as a rookie and not being able to be out there with the guys. But no, I feel like I'm taking some strides in the right direction. I think either way, the biggest thing I can do is just learn from when I'm out there, and then also too, when I'm not out there, just making sure that I'm locked in on whatever our assignment is as the tight end group. Really to put a full game together for myself on special teams and on offense from start to finish, and just really feel comfortable out there. I feel like the first game I didn't feel my best. The second game I thought I was doing some better things. So this game I feel like is an opportunity to show that I feel more comfortable.
There's been quite a battle at offensive guard between Christian Haynes and Anthony Bradford. Haynes says watching film of practice and the games has really helped.
It'd be kind of crazy just to see how as offensive linemen something will build up. So say for a running back standpoint, us making particular blocks that open up a hole for them, and then seeing big plays down the field, and it starts with the offensive line. We'll go back in film and watch it and say look at this clean pocket. Right for the Sam touchdown last game, we had a clean pocket, which leads up a big opportunity for a touchdown.
Seattle plays its only preseason game at home at Lumen Field Saturday night at 7 o'clock. That'll be on King 5 TV. The West Coast League is out with its postseason honors, and several Apple Sox players and a coach were named. Aiden Doherty ended his summer atop the West Coast League with a .380 batting average. The junior at UConn was selected to the WCL's first team. Second team selections included pitcher Quincy Vassar and center fielder Max Hartman. Pitcher and left fielder Evan Canfield, along with catcher Jonathan Fitz, were honorable mentions. In addition, Apple Sox coach Mitch Darlington was selected by the West Coast League as the co-coach of the year. Portland's Mark Magdaleno was also selected to share that honor. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a happy Thursday.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more news from around North Central Washington, you can find us at NCWLIFE.com, on our social media channels, or on our mobile app for iPhone and Android. And remember, if you see news happening, we want to hear from you. Email us at news@ncwlife.com or call 888-6295. That's 888-NCWL. I'm Jefferson Robinson. We'll see you again tomorrow night.
Tune in Monday through Friday at 5, 6, and 10 for the NCWLIFE Evening News, or go to our website at ncwlife.com, or you can visit us on Facebook. North Central Washington, the NCWLIFE channel has you covered.